Well, just look at the instrumentation. When our music got to the Caribbean, they sat the steel drums down. They sat the merengue box down. They picked up the bass guitar in place of the merengue box. They picked up the drum set in place of the steel drums. The drum set is an invention of North American black people. D.D. Chandler, you can go back to 1896. The Smithsonian recognizes him as being the first person to create the foot pedal that goes on the kick drum. And the kick drum is the nucleus that all music formats around, the kick and the snare. Basically what he did was he took the frontline instruments of the marching band, and instead of having two drummers play like that what used to be done, they had one person playing the bass drum and the cymbal, another person playing the snare and something else. He made it to where the pocket went into one person. And when the whole band can center around one person, the music now takes on its own new life. When you play music from the Caribbean or from Latin America, when they have the timbales and other type drums, the drums aren't the centerpiece. The music has a swing to it. Don't, 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 don't. It kind of makes you swing your hips. But when it comes into our music, when you put that drum set down, drums, bass, keys, kick drums, snare, hi-hat, you go from swing your hips left and right to the salsa rhythm to bobbing your head on a 1 and a 2. That's the effect the drum set has. So when we talk about hip hop and what it is, it's an extension of the music and the instrumentation that our forefathers created. Either we created the instrument or we defined how that instrument is used. And it's like that in 100% of the cases. Whether you're talking about the drum set, the trumpet, the bass guitar, the 808, the drum machine, the Rhodes keyboards and all that sound. If we didn't invent it, we are the standard bearer on how that instrument is used. And it's been that way, and it's been that way for a long time. Because when we talk about the elements of hip hop and all of these things that are hip hop, we talk about what? The graffiti, that's basically calligraphy. Well, black music has always come with its own certain style of calligraphy, a certain way of writing, because each generation of black people wants to find their own unique way of expressing ourselves. Other cultures generally pass things down. For our culture, we pass things down, but every culture has its own twist on it. You know, when it comes to style of dress, hip hop had its own fashion. Well, so did bebop, so does disco, so does funk, so does heavy metal, so does blues. You got your rural blues style with the overalls and the salt and the straw and the teeth and the straw hat, and then you got the more refined Memphis style of blues, Mr. Bobby Rush, where they're gonna wear a loud yellow suit. You know what I mean? So each particular sound in our music has always come with a particular style of dress. Our music has also always come with its own slang. You know, come here, cat daddy. That's the bebop style of talking. You know, versus the hip hop style of talking has its own way. If you're on the East Coast, it's what up, son. If you in LA, it's what up dog. If you in Oakland, it's something else. It's what up blood if you in Oakland. If you in down south, it's what up shawty. What you see is a cultural continuity. The reason why, when you talk about hip hop being a black American thing and not just something isolated to New York, because although that party may have happened in New York, once the word got out, it took on its own cultural form in every city that black people live in, just like the blues did. When you go back and listen to the blues, if you listen to Jimi Hendrix, and he's the creator of what we now know as hard rock and heavy metal, that's all born out of the Jimi Hendrix sound. But if you listen to Jimi Hendrix was just playing Muddy Waters, just with a louder amp. The technology changed. Muddy, if you go back and listen to my interview with Mr. Bobby Rush, he talks about the wah-wah pedal that was created for the guitar that makes it go wow, wow, wow. Well, Muddy was doing that without a great amp and without a pedal. That pedal was created so other guitar players could sound like Muddy. They couldn't bend those notes with their fingers, so they created technology for that to happen. That was to sound like Muddy. That's something that people don't ever talk about too much. How influential Muddy, Howlin' Wolf, Albert King, B.B. King, how influential, and they come from Robert Johnson, P.D. Wheatstraw.
Now I got 11 women, and I got wounded in this war. I said I got 11 women, and I got wounded in this war.
Bo Diddley. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something about Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley, that sound that he has, don't. You hear that on TV commercials every day, don't you? That sound is still selling product in America now. It's the sound that he created. Not only did he create the sound, he created the guitar that made the sound. That box guitar that had that real quiet, crying, tangy sound was a guitar that Bo Diddley literally created. And he created in what's his name? Bo Diddley. What is Bo Diddley a spinoff of? A diddly bow. A diddly bow was an instrument that black people use on the rural plantations down south, where they get a piece of hay wire and a brick or a can, and they tie that one piece of wire down a stump of wood to a brick or a can at the bottom, and they pick that one bow, and it's called a diddly bow. And Bo Diddley named himself Bo Diddley after the diddly bow, but instead of taking the diddly bow, he went and got some electronics, put that together, and created a whole electronic guitar to create the sound that he was putting out. The sound that, if you listen to the song by Silk Sonic has a song called 777. That song 777 is the Bo Diddley backbeat, a sound that still lives. So when it comes down to it, when it comes to our music, there's this thing. We always create a style of dress with our music, a certain lingo, having an alter ego name like Bo Diddley, that wasn't his real name. Muddy Waters wasn't really his name. Howlin' Wolf wasn't really his name. You know? So the whole moniker of having a Snoop Dogg, having a KRS-One, an E40, a moniker, a stage name, that's old school stuff that's born in the blues. So there's nothing new that hip hop brought.